Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with playing Deus Ex Human Revolution blind, so let's go into my office as the voice commanded me.
Man, what am I doing here? This is nuts. Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while we thought you were a goner too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some Neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Yeah, that's a very difficult situation for me to properly assess because, like, in general, I would condemn this, but I want to hear more, and I am kind of conflicted, especially if it turns out that he's doing that because, like, his loved one is dying and they couldn't afford the Neuropozyne. Although I guess if he works at Sarif and at some like lab position, no less, he's probably well paid. So I'm not quite sure what his deal is. Let me ask more.
Neuropozyne. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
Well, so why don't you just tell me what you're going to do?
Pretty ballsy stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tyndall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the Neuropozyne in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You'd need a anti-aug or something to crack him.
I got it covered.
I actually have the augmentation that helps me convince people using the, like, pheromones and stuff, so maybe it'll actually work. I don't particularly care about the rewards, I care about his reasons.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment, on his computer maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
Okay, but it's worded in a strange way because I would like to know more, definitely, but that doesn't mean I am willing to do it. Like, I hedge my willingness to do it depending on his exact explanation, so... But okay, tell me more.
Alright, tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
What?
Did you get it yet? Adam, please. You have to get that security footage back.
But I wanted you to tell me more about your reasons. Like, okay, this is stupid. Like, he said This is stupid.
Let me get back to you.
He said he had good reasons, and now he's not going to tell me until after I do it? That's pointless and annoying and weird, and I also, like, I almost feel the desire to just rat him out simply because his approach to this whole situation is so stupid. Like, why doesn't he tell me exactly, point by point, his train of thought, you know? Why did he do it? What was he supposed to gain from it? Did he do it out of necessity because of a loved one in need, or did he do it for profit? Why doesn't he tell me all those things? Why does he just expect me to do it just because? That's hilarious and in a wrong way. And like, I wonder if I can rat him out to like Pritchard or Sarif. I'm annoyed at that. Like, I guess maybe I'll learn more at that Tyndall's place. Because maybe he has some logs on his computer or something that will explain why exactly were they doing this. Oh, I guess Pritchard is collecting like old hardware. He has this strange arc of freaking CRT monitors.
Just leave, Jensen. I'm very busy.
Okay, so apparently I can't tell Pritchard. I wonder if I can tell Sarif himself. I'm not sure if I will do it. I just want to know if I can at this point, because I'm pretty annoyed at that quest giver. Like, his whole approach to this situation is stupid, and I feel like I'm not treated.
You better get going, Adam.
Not treated seriously by him.
That hacker's not going to be sitting still for long. Get over to the station and find a way inside.
Okay, so apparently I can't tell anyone. I guess I'll have to investigate that Tyndall's place and then decide what to do based on the evidence I find there. So I guess it's off to the streets now. Now I remember I have to meet what was his name? George? The husband of Josie Thorpe. I rescued them both back at the plant.
Nice job tonight, Adam. I heard most of those vandals got arrested peacefully. Things could have been so much worse.
Mr. Jensen, you're already back from the plant?
Yep. Okay, I already watched that. So I guess it says here that a merchant can also buy things from me, which is definitely good to know.
Mrs. Reed?
Oh, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either.
I guess it's not meant to be easy. It seems there's just no right way to deal with something like this. And I can't even begin to imagine how things have been for you after all you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
I never asked for this. That's a very famous Jensen line. I guess I'll try to be optimistic about it.
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such dramatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more?
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. I can see why she loved you. Not even that degree of mechanical modification could change what she saw in you. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Again, I'm not at all interested in the reward. I'm actually very much interested in the actual investigation myself, because I have been wondering since the beginning of the game what exactly has happened to Megan, and I guess officially she's been declared dead, but her mother doesn't quite believe that story.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Okay, so I have plenty of things to do. I don't think I'm going to stop and talk to every last random person without a name.
I don't know you and I don't want to know you, get it?
Because that'll take me ages, and I'm progressing quite slowly as it is. So I have plenty of things to do here in the city. Sarif Plaza. Interesting that Sarif Industries has its own plaza named after them. Or maybe even after Sarif himself as a person. No, I'm not quite sure. Like, I just want to explore all of the areas anyway, so it doesn't quite matter to me which way I go first. Okay, so what about this area? There's some guy here. And also some closed gates, but I'm not going to open them yet, because I'm not sure.
Thanks for at least talking to me. Most people just walk on by like I'm invisible. They've made it practically illegal to be poor in this city.
I don't know what I would be doing here at the moment, so... Fifth convention on design and industries. Okay. Man, are those futuristic cars ugly. Wait, what? I guess phone booths are still a thing? That's kind of pointless. I hardly ever see them even in nowadays timeline, although I guess it's more of an internet cafe because there's internet inside, but still, it strikes me as mightily weird. Okay, I was supposed to get a checkup, right? At the clinic. I need to meet Josie Thorpe's husband. I need to get to talk with the Tyndall guy about the Neuropozyne theft, and I need to talk to the detective. And I need to get to the police station to investigate the body of the attacker.
Please move along.
So there's plenty of things to do. Second Street, blah blah blah. But as I said, I want to explore all of the areas anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me in which order I do it, or if a particular area is not something I have been informed about yet. I guess this is the metro.
I love Detroit. There's no place like it.
I can do that.
Just some people dancing on the street. Okay.
Did you hear about the hostage situation at Sarif Industries? Those poor people.
Yeah, I did hear about it. Quite a lot, in fact. Okay.
Oh man, Eliza is so hot.
You're crazy. Niashia Akeem is way prettier.
But Eliza has intelligence, and I love how she dresses. So cool.
Intelligence? She just says what Pikus tells her to, and Pikus only reports what the government allows them to. Eliza is just a puppet.
Well, she's one hot puppet.
You're so dumb.
I guess they were talking about this newscaster with a peculiar sense of fashion.
Adam? You got that neural hub yet?
You're asking me to pull off a heist, boss, inside a police station. It's gonna take time.
Right. Well, if you can't talk your way past the lobby, there's gotta be another entrance outside, in back or on the roof. Save the frontal assault as a last resort.
Okay, but this actually transported me to a totally different area of the city, so I'll go back and try to look around in that previous area first. Gas station. Those are some exorbitant prices there. Clearly a sign of the time and of the like, you know, fossil fuel crisis or whatever. I'm having trouble to find the proper words at this hour. Should probably go to bed, but I wanted to play just a little bit longer, find something else.
I ain't got nothing for you. Check with the man. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Guess it's a shop. Maybe I can sell him some stuff, like the pistol and some of the ammo for the lethal weapons. Now, from what I understand, it's even more shocking to Americans in particular because gasoline is actually cheaper in America than it is in Europe. But still, even if it wasn't like $300 for a gallon, I assume, that's, you know, at this point it's pretty much pointless to use a car that runs on gasoline. Like, I would imagine most of those cars are electric cars anyway, so it's not that it would matter that much. This is some kind of a slum or a rundown area. Okay, I'll talk with the shopkeeper. This is my William Taggart, the leader of the Humanity Front. Now this is just vague pseudo-philosophical nonsense to me, you know. He doesn't even state any actual arguments, you know, practical ones or logical ones, or ones pertaining to the risk, like medical and health risk concerning the augmentation, or the divide between rich and poor. He just talks about vague ideas such as, you know, the purity of human body and the whatever divine engine. I don't buy it at all. And to be honest, as I said once before already, I find it to be almost egotistical to a point, because it's very easy to say those kind of things when you're like, this guy is a probably millionaire or something. He's a very rich, successful and powerful guy, so he can tell all those things because he can afford, you know, regular medicine or whatever. But for example, Jensen's situation, who is pretty well off anyway, but he only lives because of those augmentations. If it were not for them, he would be either dead or he would be, you know, what's the word? Like 4 times amputee. He would be just a torso with a head, lying in a bed for the rest of his freaking life. And with the help of those augmentations, he can live a totally normal life and do everything on his own, be totally self-sufficient, and that is certainly more important and more, you know, worthy of striving for than any kind of vague notions about the supposed purity of the human body and the supposed divinity of the whatever. Like, this is just nonsense and bullshit. I don't buy it at all. The whole discussion about how it's dangerous for such a complicated augmentations to exist because it's only the rich who are going to have access to them, and then the rich are going to get better and better at everything. So they are going to take all the jobs and all of the opportunities and all of the important positions, while the poor can no longer compete because it's physically impossible at some point. Like there are things that Jensen can do that no other person, non-augmented person, could do. That is definitely a discussion that is worth having, but that's not something that's covered in this. This is just nonsense to me. Okay, what can you...
You got anything you want to buy or sell? I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
Okay. What do you have to sell? Tranquilizer darts. Upgrades, shotgun, cloaking device. Okay, I think I'll buy a bunch of those tranquilizer darts, just because they are crucial to my chosen playstyle. So maybe like... okay. I bought them all. And that works. And can I sell you the pistol maybe? Okay. How about the ammunition? I'll keep those for the future. Now, I think I'll keep the damage upgrade, because maybe I can find later on like an EMP weapon or something.
Always a pleasure.
I can utilize that with. Okay, another advertisement for, I guess it's an opera house, but it just reminds me of Diablo for some reason. Regret my augmentation, stop playing God. Although I guess literally it says playing stop God, which doesn't sound half as good. I guess this is one of the limb clinics, so those are the remnants of one of the protests, right? Humanity's biggest mistake. Public protest in front of the limb clinic. No to artificial evolution. Okay, I was supposed to get a checkup.
I, for one, approve of these protests. These limb people are drug pushers. Someone is getting rich while the rest of us are suffering.
I wouldn't know about those things. All I know is that this violence doesn't serve anyone.
Well, I guess the question now becomes, will the pro-human groups retaliate when Bill Taggart gets here?
He's that humanity front guy, right?
He's speaking at the convention center in a few days.
Ugh, that's gonna be a day from hell.
Supposed to get a checkup, so I'll get inside the clinic.
Ah, Mr. Jensen. David Sarif told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doc. Shouldn't I be on Neuropozyne shots by now?
One would think, but these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Sarif did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Sarif want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
You can, if you prefer. But Mr. Sarif did make a generous donation to LIM in your name, thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Okay, I feel like there's something major going on, because like they straight up directly mentioned in this dialogue that Jensen is not taking Neuropozyne, despite the fact that by all accounts he should be. And that, coupled with all of the information from before, makes me, well, maybe not certain, but pretty suspicious about the, like, I have this hypothesis. What I want to say is that patient X, the one that they first make the breakthrough through, the one that was, you know, the best suited towards the augmentations and that wasn't rejecting them and didn't need the Neuropozyne, he's actually Jensen, and Megan had such a good access to like his body because she was with Jensen, and maybe even she was even only with him because she wanted to experiment on him. But that's beside the point. That might be pushing the theory too far. But Patient X is Jensen, and he's unique in some way, and I guess it would also make sense combined with what I've read in one of the computers, how there was a gap in their experimentation on Patient X, but one of the computers mentioned that his tissues, or his, the access to his body was recently made available again, which syncs in with Jensen's the attack and his reconvalescence, and then he was called back to work at Sarif Industries, so they could, control him, or not control him, but check up on him again. So that is currently the theory I'm having, because it was pretty well spelled out, like it was thrown in your face in this dialogue over here, that it's pretty unusual for Jensen not to be taking any Neuropozyne so long after the accident, after being augmented so heavily. So all of this information about Patient X, it's obviously very important to the plot, so it's just too suspicious for me to think it's a coincidence. So that's my current working hypothesis, but let's see what they have to sell. Typhoon ammo. I definitely don't need that. I guess I can buy... Okay, I'll buy one. The second one, I guess, will wait for later, because I don't even have enough money, but even if I did...
Very well, Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
I wouldn't want to spend it all in a single instance. Can I ask her something?
Have you changed your mind? As you wish. Take care of yourself.
Well, apparently not.
Nice jacket. I bet you're hiding some real cutting-edge enhancements under it, aren't you?
I guess she has, like, cybernetic legs, complete with built-in heels, apparently.
My first surgery. It's expensive, but you gotta look at it as an investment in the future.
Have you had a lot of work done here in Detroit? This is the first time I've actually had the guts to walk in the door.
I'm here to assist customers who have not purchased a special license through our partnership program.
Okay, so I guess I'm a VIP at this clinic due to all of the donations that... What? Get augmentations now, pay later. Well, I guess it can be a credit service, but at first I was sort of taken aback by this because it sounds very ominous to me. Like, get augmentations now, everything is cool, but later might not be as cool. But I guess it's just about, credit. Although I must say it's an awfully designed advertisement, because you can barely see the white part over here and over here. You need to stand, like if the light is falling on it, in some ways it's pretty much illegible. Although I guess it also depends on your computer's settings regarding brightness. Improve your life. Okay, I'll check the rest of the clinic. Maybe there's something more to be found here.
I'm just getting a minor neuroprosthetic upgrade, but even so, it's stressful.
Nice jacket. I bet you're hiding some real cutting-edge enhancements under it, aren't you?
Getting augs is the way to go, man. Now, how are you gonna defend yourself in today's world without augs?
Authorized personnel only, apparently. And yet still I'm here.
Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
More or less. I know it sounds a little hair-raising, but we do it every day, several times over. It's a very safe procedure.
Will I feel any pain or anything?
It gets done through your IV needle. You'll be asked to count backwards, and the next thing you know, you'll be opening your eyes and the procedure will be over.
Wow. Will I dream?
Not while you're under, but you might afterward as you wake up.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry, I was just looking at that scar on your head.
If you're here for some work, please go to the counters.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not even sure why they let me through. Okay, that's... I'm not that weirded out by the actual robots themselves, because those are actually something that kind of already exists in the real world, but I'm definitely weirded out by the fact that apparently they are conducting surgery on a fully clothed person. Like, that doesn't seem right for several reasons, and convenience is just one of them. Okay, there's an ebook. Yudaro again. This guy is like a major player in this whole thing. So I guess this talks about those prosthetic eyes I've seen laying around in various locations. Okay, so what can I do here? Another unlocked terminal, that's weird. Interesting. So apparently the doctor is under the impression that Sarif is maybe not forcing but strongly influencing JC's decisions, although I guess in a way at the beginning with the first augmentations Jensen was very much forced by circumstance to get them, which he likes to remind everyone of. But it's also interesting how it says that apparently those augmentations I'm getting now, you know, the upgrades, are untested, like half-tested prototype. I wonder if anything will come out of that in the end, you know, some consequences. Okay, so that's my... Okay, that's getting a little bit silly at this point, because this is the third protagonist in Deus Ex franchise that I know of, at least, that has been adopted, that his family history is unknown, and is, you know, his history is unclear. Because it has been the same with JC in Deus Ex 1 and then Alex in invisible war. So now I am like 70% certain that Jensen is indeed patient X, and that he was experimented upon from a very early age, back when he was still a child, for the exact purpose of producing the circumstances that eventually occurred. You know, a person best suited for receiving the augmentations, and the game will get bonus cliché points if it turns out later on that his biological parents have been killed on purpose because they wanted to they wanted Jensen to be left for adoption so that they could later control him and influence him and experiment on him. So that's a little bit that's getting a little bit ridiculous at this point, but oh well. May indicate he will not require Neuropozyne injections. Yeah, so as I said, I'm pretty certain that he is indeed patient X, and that he has been experimented upon from an early age. As I said, bonus cliché points for the game if it turns out his parents were actually killed on purpose. Apparently, my employment contract authorized Sarif to replace my chest cavity, left arm, I mean both arms and legs, so pretty much everything besides my freaking head, with cybernetic upgrades. I find it pretty disconcerting and kind of weird. Like, you'd think you would notice that when reading your contract upon entering a job, that there is a position in the contract that says something akin to, in the event of traumatic body injury, your employer has the unique right to freaking replace it all with robotics without or regardless of your consent. Like, that's a pretty big red flag, if you ask me, but oh well. Okay, so I think that's all to be found in this place.
Protesting is not against the law.
I know that, officer. But some of those guys were carrying tire irons and setting garbage cans on fire.
And those were the ones we arrested. The rest were merely exercising their right to free speech.
What about my right to come to work each day without fearing for my life? I've still got to walk home tonight.
I understand your concern. But if you want round-the-clock protection, I suggest you hire a private security company.
Okay.
Go on in. We're still open.
Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something.
So I guess the employees are worried about the recent protests.
People see conspiracies everywhere. They're saying that LIM's personal catalogs mean some people get preferential treatment. Please.
Okay, that's a little bit hilarious for him to say seconds after I've entered the clinic and got preferential treatment because my freaking employer has paid a big donation to this clinic. Like, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be ironic, or does he sincerely believe that?
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
Okay.
The government. They want an excuse to exact martial law and split this country up.
Keep it down, pal. People are on the edge right now, and we don't want any more trouble.
What will you say when you're kidnapped by a bunch of augmented soldiers and put in a concentration camp?
I haven't put much thought into it, okay?
Haven't you heard of REX 84? FEMA is setting up camps right here in Detroit.
Yeah, and Stevie Y is actually a 600-year-old vampire.
Now the thing is, that's probably actually true, because in Deus Ex 1, FEMA did indeed have the power to pretty much imprison anyone on bogus terrorist charges. So, and this is a prequel, so... where's the voice coming from? Like a radio or something? Okay, is this guy dead? No, just sleeping. But where was the voice coming from? That's what I'm currently... Detroit Convention Center, William Taggart, coming soon. I wonder if I'll have the chance to attend that myself. I would be interested in hearing his extended argument. Like, I'm not at all in love with what he has presented so far in the ebooks, but maybe he'll make sense eventually. Okay, Convention Center. I should probably concentrate on doing my actual objectives, but I'm just very curious about every location, and I want to explore as much as I can.
You serious? You gonna join the derelict roll ballers? In the middle of a gang war? Yo, keep your voice down, man.
You better not go there, man. Unless you want to get hurt.
Not sure what do you mean.
Are you listening in on our convo or something? Get lost, punk.
Okay, I'll save just in case they turn violent.
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost.
They clearly don't like me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's no Augs in D-Row. You ain't gonna get any more warnings.
Something's fishy
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost.
going on here.
Don't try it.
I guess maybe they consider this place their territory.
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost.
There is
What the hell?
some
Don't
kind
hide
of
on me, Aug.
I heard that. Come out.
What?
Take the plates for you, Hanser.
Are they going to shoot me or what? I'm weirded out by this guy.
Yo, someone there?
Keep running, asshole.
Because it seems like he was alerted. Okay, does this vent just go back up there? That wouldn't make much sense, would it now? Yeah. Some cash, not going to take it. Making some graffiti. Okay, I'm not sure what their deal is. Like, maybe they just consider this place part of their territory and they are annoyed at me
This doesn't concern you.
for intruding upon it. Or maybe they are a part of a later quest. Okay, so I'm here. Sarif Industries, Police Station, Chiron Building, Derelict Row. Okay, so I guess this whole part is the other part that I accessed through the metro, right? Before. That's an interesting design. Almost like a floating tram. Obviously it's not floating, it's just suspended above, but It's not something I think currently exists, and I'm not sure how plausible that is, and how efficient of a design that is. I'm not exactly an expert in that.
I could do that.
Okay, so this is like a totally separate part of the city. Now I think I'm going to explore the apartment building first before going into the police station, because the police station is, I'm assuming, a part of the main quest as opposed to a side quest, so I don't want to...
Oh, please. You can't actually believe that Purity First are freedom fighters.
Not yet. But just wait until the machine men take over.
You watch too many movies.
Seriously, dude. Bill Taggart and Purity First are the only ones who've got the guts to defend us against those Augs.
Interesting that you include those two in the same sentence.
You listen to too much left-wing radio. What are you looking at, pal? Scanning me with those metal eyes of yours?
Don't mind my friend. He's just paranoid.
That's a really ugly police car. I've already commented a couple of times about how I don't like the car designs in this game at all.
You like baseball? That new Sun Park is a monster. The androtherapy they put him on saved his career.
Can I actually see what he's watching? I guess not really. I thought it was a baseball game, but I think he's playing something. Judging from the sound effects themselves. What's this? Ah, a bag, okay.
Hey, Jensen! Long time no see.
Oh, apparently I have acquaintances
Don't look away, baby.
among the local
There's
prostitutes.
just something about a man who's augmented.
God,
How about a little sugar, baby? I'll give you a Motown special.
Okay, so what's up?
Jensen. My God, it's been a while. Remember me? We used to work the old 17th precinct back in the day. Man, I wish I could go with the good old you haven't changed at all bit, but that'd be complete and utter bullshit, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. You look a little different too, Xander. What's your new gig?
Deep cover. I'm keeping tabs on the
okay,
derelict
that makes
roballers
sense.
for now. I've got a hunch something big's coming.
Why do I get the sudden feeling you're about to include me into that something big?
Because you're clever. That and the fact that, well, it's pretty obvious. But jokes aside, you couldn't have come at a better time, Jensen. This case I'm on, we're stalling and we could use a little external help.
Go ahead.
I'm with IA now, and we're working a sting on a dirty cop named Jack O'Malley. Elusive motherfucker. I mean, Men in Black elusive. We know he's involved in drugs, weapon dealing, tied into the gangs. But he's clever, and we just can't seem to pin anything on him. I swear he's got friends in high places.
Okay, and where do I fit in all this?
You're an outsider. You can go places we legally can't. I need someone to do a couple of things. Break into his apartment, sneak into DRB territory, and finally, go undercover posing as a hitman. This guy is nothing minor, Jensen. He's the real deal. Major player, major consequences. We have to get him before shit hits the fan. You in?
Okay, just tell me more.
I haven't walked the beat in a while. Could you give me a quick sit-rep of the local gangs?
You know, gangs are not the finest example of evolution, if you catch my drift. Everything's pretty much the same. The derelict row-ballers are still dealing and stealing, getting into fights with augs, and defacing augmented people's property.
Yeah, right. Upstanding citizens.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the Motor City Bangers. Ignorant scumbags just like the DRBs, only some of them are augmented scumbags.
How about the target, O'Malley? Got any more info?
He's a cop, but he went on assignment with the feds for a while. No reports, no address, nothing. We're pretty sure he got tied up in major covert ops, but never got anything solid on him. He has a badge, but he doesn't feel like a cop at all.
Okay. Okay, I'll bite.
Can't let a guy like that roam free. I'm in.
All right then, let's get to work. Like I said, I've got a couple of very promising leads, but O'Malley's got friends among the powers that be. I wouldn't be able to get my hands on a warrant, even if I had footage of the perp confessing in real time as he's finger-painting his motive on the wall in the victim's blood. So I guess we're gonna have to break a few rules.
Okay. But we have to be careful how we handle this. It could discredit your investigation.
True, but thing is, Jensen, it's either this or there simply won't be an investigation. You know me, I usually play by the book. Only this time, the bad guy's a friend of the publisher.
Okay.
So what am I looking for in O'Malley's apartment?
Information, drugs, weapons. Basically anything you think can be used to build a stronger case against him. The more you get, the better.
So can I do it in any order?
Okay. What's this about getting into DRB territory?
Yeah, I needed to get in there and track down a shipment of weapons for me. We managed to gain access to solid information that will tie it to O'Malley, but I need proof it's really there. They've probably stashed it around somewhere.
A cop dealing weapons to a criminal anti-aug gang? Not a pretty picture.
Got that right. I guess we both agree. Nothing good can come out of this, huh? I don't know where exactly the DRB's cache is, but I know there's a bonus for you if you manage to sneak in and out without being spotted. Would make shit easier to handle on my side.
Yeah, I'm not exactly that great at it, but I'll try.
What about the undercover assignment? Posing as a hitman?
O'Malley's crafty, and even a bit paranoid. He's always using proxies, scapegoats, and red herrings to get us off his ass. But after months of schmoozing, we finally got through to one of his guys. Turned him into a mole. He provides us with information, stuff like that.
And he's gonna be my way in?
Exactly. Yesterday, another one of O'Malley's guys whacked someone, a drug dealer. There's a witness, but we don't have any details. O'Malley does, and he wants someone to take care of the mess. The usual guy just got busted for possession, so the contact will send you in to pose as his replacement. O'Malley will be waiting for you in an alley next to the police station.
And you want me to milk him to get the info on the witness?
You haven't lost your touch, Jensen. We think O'Malley will ask you to retrieve the murder weapon, use it to kill the witness, and then plant it on a scapegoat he can arrest later. What you need to do is get that weapon and bring it to me.
And what about the witness?
We're almost positive he's a member of the MCBs. Once you know the location, you'll need to get there, take care of any opposition, and prep him for retrieval.
Prep him?
Well, you know, he's a gangbanger, Jensen. He's not going to turn in peacefully, but we need him alive. So I guess you're going to have to play this one macho and knock him out. One of our guys will then just happen to stumble upon him. You know, serendipity.
Okay, let's do this. You can contact me on my info link if anything comes up.
Excellent. Oh, and Jensen, one last thing. To protect my cover, it'd be better if you only contact me again once you've taken care of everything.
Okay. There's plenty of things to do then.
I never let T-Boss be booking me with no cogs. I find him nasty.
I think they kind of cool. Yeah, to me, it's a welcome change to the dirty old men I usually get stuck with.
All the ones hopped up on Z.
Yeah, at least that no-pose drug the Augs take don't make them all uppity and shit.
Cog lovers, huh? To each their own, I guess.
Okay. Well, you know what? As I said, I have plenty to do. Yeah, meet with him. The 3 objectives here. which I think I can do in any order, but presumably meeting with O'Malley should be last. That makes most sense for me. Locate Chase's building. Yeah, the detective that's investigating Megan's death or disappearance or whatever. I guess it's officially death. And this guy. Brooklyn Court area. Brooklyn Court. And I guess Brooklyn Court. Yeah, so they are all in the same building, so that is very good. Located near the 2nd Street gas station. I've been near the gas station, but I didn't notice the entrance to the building. But I guess this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to just stand over here, save, because I'm really tired and it's starting to affect my cognition and my ability to form coherent sentences, which is definitely not enjoyable to watch, and it's not that enjoyable for me either, you know. I like to be clear-minded when playing those narrative-driven games, so I guess that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.
Quickie. Cheap.
Bye.